quick ankle sprain rehab circuit. So we sprained an ankle, gone through normal protocols to kind of bring down swelling, reduce pain. We want to mobilise early, we want to get some weight on it, we want to get the thing moving. That's just going to speed up clearing all that kind of pitted edema that kind of limits the range of motion, clear that inflammation, and allow us to start getting loading through the tissue, because that's going to get the tissues laid down. The load is going to direct what line the fibres lie down, so the quicker we can get the loading limited by pain, the better the tissue is going to reform afterwards. Okay, so first exercise is just to do some ankle circles. So again, just around the edge of pain. We don't want any like shooting, we don't want any closing angle pain. So as the joint closes up, stretching, kind of lengthening feelings, that's okay on the outside, but as the joint closes, we don't want pain on the inside that closing. Okay, so just on that foot, keep the knee, hip straight, and we're just doing strong controlled rotations, nice and smooth, as big circles as we can. 4, 5, and reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, obviously my range is slightly better because I don't have a twisted ankle, but you just work within whatever range you have. Over time, that's going to start progressing. So I'm going to show you the figure 4 seated position. So for this we need a seat, and we're just going to cross one leg over the other. So I'm going to show you everything with my right leg as if I'd sprained my right leg. Obviously it's just the opposite if you've sprained your left leg. So from this position we're going to stretch into eversion. So usually when we sprain an ankle it comes into inversion. We're going to stretch the other way, so eversion. It's also pronation, the way that the foot rolls across. So we're trying to stretch the inside of that inside of that shin bone. So by having the ankle sitting over the knee, it allows us to get a little bit of leverage. So we go onto the front of the foot. We can just go into a gentle stretch position. This might be very, very uncomfortable. So again, we're just limiting that pain. A little bit of discomfort is fine. Maybe 3, 4 out of 10, but we don't want to be tearing up the tissues. We don't want to be causing any more damage. So all I'm going to do to stretch into that eversion position, put some load on. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Okay. So again, it shouldn't be a super deep stretch, just as much range as you can get. When we get to the end of that 30 seconds, I'm now going to go straight into pushing that foot back in. So we're almost inverting the foot. Okay, so pushing is the hand. You won't see the movement, but I'm just pushing up. It doesn't need to be maximal. Again, allow pain to be your kind of guide. You're going to hold that for 10 seconds. Pushing, getting strong contraction through the inside of that shin, inside of the foot. 3, 2, 1. So we can just let that off. Give the foot a little bit of move, and then we're going to go back into a stretch again. So 30-second stretch again. I'm going to speed this up a little bit just because I'm going to go through the explanation of the videos. This should be repeated 3 to 5 times on each of the positions. Okay, so let's imagine that that's 30 seconds again. So now I'm going to push into my hand. So push that foot in. This time I might feel a little bit stronger. I can put a little bit more load into my hand. So I'm holding that for 10 seconds. Push, 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 push. 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so that's 2 repetitions. I'd like you to do at least 3, if not 5. Again, letting that pain, letting that range be your guide. You're not going to get a massive amount of range, but we just need to start putting force through those different directions, stretching out, getting that ankle moving, getting some load through it, clearing that swelling. Okay, so we do that 3 to 5 times. we're then going to go into inversion. So this is probably the direction that you sprained your ankle. Like about 95% of ankle sprains are inversion sprains. So as that foot comes across, rolls that way. Okay, so this might be really, really uncomfortable. Again, don't push it too hard. Just go as your pain kind of dictates. So we want to be increasing the range, but we don't want to be causing more damage. Okay. So again, same figure 4 seated position. I'm just going to block the ankle there. I'm going to put my hand underneath, and now I can pull that foot upwards. Okay. If that's a little bit stressful on your arms, you can move your ankle to inside of the knee. This then allows your knee to actually do the loading. So all we're going to do is press down on there. This one allows you to put more load into the ankle, so it might come in a little bit later on as you've progressed the exercise and got stronger. So again, just putting that load in, that's our stretch position. So we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Just so that you don't have to wait. I'm going to imagine that's 30 seconds. And then again, straight from that stretch, I'm going to go to pushing, so actively pushing against the stretch. I'm just going to move it away from my leg a second. So if there's no resistance there, I'm pushing my foot that way. So using the outside of my foot to push down. Because my leg is there, acts as a resistance, so it becomes an isometric contraction. So that's a muscle contraction where it's not actually moving. So I keep the block there and I'm pushing down into my leg. So not with this part, just purely with the ankle. So I'm working the muscles on the outside of the shin now. So pushing down, that's 10-second hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Just move that ankle around a little bit. And then we're gonna repeat that. So same again, 3 to 5 repetitions. Back into that stretch position, or the other position is there. So locking the ankle, pulling the foot up, again, as your pain dictates. 30 seconds, as that's up, we now start to push that foot down. So pushing down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So again, 3 to 5 repetitions. That's the seated figure 4. Eversion first, inversion second. We're then going to move on to calf stretch and toe stretch. Okay, so this is standing position. You've got wall to lean against. Again, if you can't fully weight bear, just adjust how much force you're putting in. So getting that forefoot down, pushing that heel down, that's our calf stretch position. So from here it's exactly the same loading pattern as we've just done in the 2 figure 4 positions. Holding there, 30 seconds. When we get to the end of the 30 seconds, I'm now pushing that foot into the floor, so trying to straighten that ankle, but just not allowing it to move. Again, adjusting how much force I put in dependent on pain and discomfort. So pushing down for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Just come off, give it a little bit of move, and then back in 30 seconds. So again, 3 to 5 repetitions. And then just to finish off, we come into toe stretch. So point the toes down, and we're just now opening the front of that ankle. So you might feel a stretch up here, you might feel it really blocked here, or even around the back, when you've still got a lot of swelling. The joint itself just doesn't move because it's got so much because it's got so much swelling in there. So we're starting to try and remove some of that. You might feel some weird discomfort, but we just need to start getting the ankle moving in all directions and putting some load through it. So again, toe stretch position, opening that ankle as much as you comfortably feel like you can, and then holding there for 30 seconds. Okay, so stretching that out. Imagine that time's been 30 seconds. At that point, I'm going to try and push my foot up. So pull my toes up, pull my foot up through the ankle into the ground. So pulling that down, trying not to let the rest of my leg move, so just keeping that pressure down as I'm trying to lift those toes up. So holding that for 10, 3, 2, 1. Again, 1 repetition, move the foot around, repeat that 3 to 5 times, okay? So that loading protocol, we can do that comfortably twice a day. Again, this is just encouraging that range of motion. We did 5 ankle circles each way at the start. At the end, we want to finish with 5 more ankle circles each direction. This time it should feel smoother. It should feel like you have more range. Okay, should be less discomfort. The ankle circles at the end are just as important because we want to reinforce that range that we've just given ourselves. So we've done some stretching, we've done some strengthening, and those ankle circles at the end just finish everything off. Just tell your body that you've got this new range of motion and teaches your nervous system that you have control over it again. Okay, so 5 ankle circles, seated figure 4 position, we're doing eversion, we're doing inversion, then we're on calf stretch, toe stretch, 5 more ankle circles. Okay, that's our level 1 ankle rehab program. That's a good place to start. Fingers crossed, progress quickly.